He is a knobhead, isn't
He is a little bit.
he? He is a knobhead.
Welcome to our podcast. That's not a podcast. We're just chatting shit, really. Dream cars, pumpkins, because it's still definitely Halloween and we haven't just found these lying around.
It isn't quite Halloween, but I am just going to stop this here to say something. We now have a YouTube, Instagram, something that is just going to focus on kind of updating people on what we do and what we're doing on this channel. Because the same day we filmed this, we filmed a couple other really cool videos, and we've got a couple more videos coming after that. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking and let you guys carry on watching. That's a black screen.
Apart from the new ones which we saw in the car park on the way here, and I fucking hate it.
Doing it, not like an MX-5 that has some shiny turbos and LEDs.
Back in a sec, guys. We're just gonna go and do that.
He's in Porsche, went, money? And he went, okay. No. We're not getting into it.
Hello and welcome to another video. I have a pumpkin in my face. It's got a microphone. Today we're just going over kind of our dream cars and our future plans for attaining these dream cars, because we can all definitely afford these on our jobs.
Murder.
Prostitution.
Murder.
I'm going to whore Callum out.
It was always Callum, it's never you.
I am a golden child.
No.
As the youngest, I can do no wrong.
We're going to start this. We're going to each go around. We have about 2 to 3 cars each. That are all kind of our dream spec versions of cars, or just cars we kind of want for a reason for just wanting it. Cause car cool. Car. So yeah, we will start with Callum. Do you want to start up?
Pass the pumpkin!
Go on, Callum, start.
That's the pumpkin. Right, the first one, easy for me. I mean, the other two I haven't really thought about too much, but the first one's easy for me. A Lancia Delta Integrale Evo 2. Yeah, one of the cars that have now become unobtainable pretty much by reasonable circumstances, if that's the right word. Preferably, I would like it in, I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, I had to see it, Giallo Ginestra. It's a yellow, preferably in yellow. There we go. I'm going to have it in an Italian yellow.
Sounds like a pizza.
Because I've seen one in person once, and it was just beautiful. I mean, the Lancia Delta Evo 2 is the prettiest car ever made. I mean, that's not biased opinion, that is fact.
I can agree. It is really nice.
You've just never seen a K11 Micra then?
Well, no,
I like Lilo, but Lancia Delta better. Apart from the new ones which we saw in the car park on the way here, and I fucking hate it. Please, why the fuck did they ever make it? They ruined my boy. But the Evo 2 running a 2-litre 16-valve inline 4. In the yellow, apparently only 220 ever made. So yeah, that's even more reason why I'm never going to be able to get one. 215 brake horsepower and 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds. I am reading these stats off my phone because I just like the car because of looks, and they just sound a little bit cool. But yeah, dream car. I don't think I'll ever obtain one, even though apparently the Evo 1 is pretty much the exact same to the Evo 2. The Evo 2 is worth more because it's got that wider body kit. To my knowledge, could be wrong, but Lancia pretty. Who next? Henry.
So, in keeping with the beautiful cars, it's not only just because I like the look of it, I love everything about it, is the E39 BMW M5. The best engine ever made. I'm pretty sure it's the S60 V8. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you do, thank you. If you don't, well, I'm better than you. I'll take that L. So, I'm not reading this off my phone.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. So, 395 horsepower, but because it's a V8, you round up. It's 400 horsepower on a 4.9 V8, naturally aspirated, and I do believe they only ever came in manual. So that just immediately cuts out anyone that can't drive and drives an automatic, Chloe. Just be better. I love you. it's just the best looking BMW, in my opinion. Close to an E36 and an E46 because I'm one of them boys.
I prefer an E36.
Yeah, but you're still wrong.
But
Still
I
wrong.
can agree with an E39. They're very nice.
And the engine, the only acceptable way to have that is straight piped because it's the most obnoxious, beautiful sounding V8 in the world. And if you're an AMG fanboy and you go, I like it when my AMG goes, it sounds like shit. Stop it and grow up. Okay?
Bring in facts. Just facts. That's all
Pure
we do.
facts.
None of this is opinion.
Fuck your AMGs.
I don't like Mercedes very much. I like the old Mercedes. I can't remember. It's the 120e.
Yeah, the 190Es.
190. What that one? I like
issues.
those because I'm a fan of my block, my kind of blocky cars. But that's just me. Speaking of blocky cars, one of my main dream cars is currently an E30 M3 Sport Evolution, or otherwise known as the Evo 3 model of the E30. There was only about 600 made. It was built as a homologation race car and promotes a 235 horsepower engine, which is an upgraded 2,467 cc engine over the 2,302 cc engine that normal E30s have, the E30 M3s have. The S14B25 engine in over the S14B23. Don't know why I really like this car. I like the car because I think it's just genuinely, I think it's a really nice looking car. I'm a fan of round headlights and I'm a fan of the kind of flat block front look. It's why I love the Audi Quattro, which we will get to in a minute. But it's why I really, really love them. I'm a big fan of E30s. I don't know what it is about them. Specifically, one day I'd love to own an E30, but if it can be a ratty one, because I'd like to put a body kit on it, would be better. I don't really want to rip apart a nice E30 for that. But yeah, there was only ever 600 made. I'm never going to get it, because I don't know how many are left, and many of them are probably museum pieces at this point. Rotten. I think
Trash.
there is most definitely some in the BMW museum.
Oh, easily.
Probably about 3 of them are in the fucking vault. But yeah. Callum, back to your next car.
Oh, well, as you'll soon learn, at least me and Abbey, I'm not too sure on Henry. Henry can appreciate it, I know at least. We're quite fond of a good rally car. Good rally car. I mean, hence Lancia Delta Integrale.
There's a Peugeot 206 behind us
Yeah.
in a rally livery.
206 Rally, there will be some B-roll of that.
Respect a rally car.
If it doesn't leave before we finish this, anyway. But kind of on that, bringing up the Peugeot. For my second car, Peugeot 205 T16. I mean, what makes a 205 better, a car that already looks good as it is? By sticking the engine in the boot. You can't go wrong with that. From my quick research, apparently, I would have thought that there were only 200 made for the homologation purposes. Apparently there was 219 made. There's an extra 19 somewhere. If someone could just give one to me, that'd be great. Just got one lying around spare, I'll have it. But yeah, take a hatchback, stick an engine in the boot, make it 4-wheel drive, and just chuck it around some gravel tracks. It just sounds like great fun.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm quite fond of a good baguette mobile, so
Yeah.
I do like them. But I mean, for instance, the French do like to stick engines in the back of hatchbacks, hence the Renault Clio V6. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Another car that I would like, it's not in my top 3, but I would very much like one of those.
TDC are trying to get one of them at the moment.
Oh yeah, they
And
didn't.
failed.
Yeah, they didn't achieve that.
There's a blown up one in
Ow.
Somerset if they want that. Engine's completely gone. My stepdad's been trying to buy it for years and it's just sat on this guy's drive and he's like, no, I'll get round to it. He's one of them people.
Right.
If we go around and beat him up, do you think he'll give it to us?
Take his legs and then his car.
Let's do it. Right. Back in a sec, guys. We're just going to go and do that. Right, passing back over to Henry.
I bring to you a controversial one.
Oh God.
Well, it's not controversial because everyone just likes them because of an movie, which is Back to the Future, and it is the DeLorean DMC-12. Timeless fucking car. Gull-wing doors, stainless steel, apart from those absolute mongs that paint them, and I want to actually take anything that you have that makes you human.
I'm going to slightly contradict on you. There is one very, very nicely painted one in a brain.
I didn't know you could put them in your brain.
Shut up. I will remember in a minute, and I'll try and get either a photo up on here or show you later.
Yeah.
But it is really, really nice, and I agree with you on the fact that when they're painted or wrapped, I don't like them. But I've seen this one, and it is actually really nice. It's a really nice colour.
I'm just a purist with that. But I think my favourite thing is they put near on a 3 litre into it, a 2.85, and it made 130 horsepower. It is slower than my Volvo. And then to make it better, they went, all right, we'll do a 5-speed manual. Let's put a 3-speed auto in it. That will do. And it's somewhat attainable because they're not ridiculous. If I were to save up every month for the next 12 years, I might get one in 12 years, but by then there'll be less. They made, I think it's about 8,000 to 9,500 of them. So they're still there, but they're just gatekept by purists like me. But I don't have one to gatekeep, so tough shit.
We'll say, what is it? We're in Devon at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, we're currently in Devon.
We're in Devon. In Somerset, where we're from, I think there is at least 4 or 5 DeLoreans about. There are 2 that go around regularly together called Somerset DeLoreans. They normally pop over to the car meet we go to pretty much every Sunday, Upton Bridge. Occasionally they both rock up together. And it's just something special about seeing 2 of them together, isn't it? It's a car that it's quite nice to see singly, but having 2 of them together.
One of them's been signed. One of them has the entire dash signed by, like, Doc Brown and all of that, and as well as one of them is just car. One of them is just like the stock car, and one of them has been made to look like the DeLorean from Back to the Future 2. I think.
I couldn't tell.
I think it's Back to the Future 2.
You've got the Mr. Fusion. I'm so autistic on this. So you've got the Mr. Fusion for 2.
Yeah.
3 had the circuit boards and shite on top, and then
No, this
the
is
first one had the big, yellow plug in the back.
Yeah. No, this is 2 because he has the whole like everything. On
Yeah,
the back.
that's sick. That's kind of what started my love when I was. It must have been 11 or 12. I went to Carfest, and there was this guy with a souped-up Back to the Future one, and I went, "That's sick." And he was such a lovely man. No idea where he's gone. If you ever see this is your fault. And he just let me sit in it, and he would be there most years to the point he knew my name. And he'd go, "Oh, it's him," and I spent hours talking to him about it. So it's a special car to me.
Nice. This is going to date this video quite heavily, but at SEMA this year, they've just someone has just shown their DeLorean with an F1 engine in it. Is it F1 engine? Did you say?
I want to say it's a Ferrari V12.
It's Ferrari V12 in it.
Yeah. That's all I know.
But which isn't running currently, but I know it looks like he's actually looking to
doing
make
it,
run.
not like an MX-5 that has some shiny turbos and LEDs.
We're not going to talk about it.
Another one of my favourites is this guy I found on Instagram. His brother passed away sadly, and they had this vision for a K20 DeLorean, and he's only just got it running, and it was just heartwarming to my cold dead soul.
Also, K20 God's engine.
K20 God's engine.
Yeah. Multiple people say SR20, but no, I can kind of go agree with K20.
SR20s are heavy and shit.
Yes, they are. Even though they make okay power, they are exceptionally unreliable if you don't know what you're doing with them.
Heavy and shit.
Anyway,
K20 go burr.
K20 go burr.
K24 go burr, but meh.
K24 meh.
K24 go burr, but more.
Abbey turn.
Me. So this one is a lot more controversial for many reasons because people are purists, less so with like the DeLorean side. But I am a massive fan of a Porsche 911 930. Specifically, there is 2. I would gladly have either one. It is either the slant nose or the Porsche 930 Turbo. They are both beautiful cars. The slant nose is iconic for it looking like the 935 race car. Now, a small fact about the slant nose, which I didn't know until looking up facts. The slant nose was created to be a legal version of the 935 race car, which was requested to Porsche and like funded by the co-owner of Tag Heuer. The co-owner of Tag Heuer looked at the 935 race car and went, "Can I have a road version of that?
Can I have a road car,
Can I have a
please?
road car, please?" And Porsche went, "Money," and he went, "Okay," and they made
watches too.
one.
His clock.
But obviously, Tag Heuer, massive sponsor of motorsport. But it's really entertaining because the co-owner of him, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know how to say it, just decided, I really want a road version and did it. Now, on to the controversial side of it. I am a massive fan of RWBs.
Sikaflex.
I am a massive fan of RWBs.
Tow hook that doesn't work.
Tow hook, that
The
doesn't
show
work.
cars.
They are show
understand
cars.
it.
Yeah.
It's not.
They are meant to look nice. They are not meant to tow or really be functional.
It's a fucking 40-year-old Porsche with a
Yeah.
body kit. It's not going to be a supercar.
Yeah.
If it looks nice, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's taken a fucking Sawzall to it.
And this is the thing, is I'm sat there like, I think they're amazing. I think because that you're limited to only one per customer, means that if you have a family and you have a friend or anything like that, you both could get one and then you can have them together. But your one and your friend's one will not be the same. You can make them as a pair. I know there are I think there are 3 in the UK now, to my memory. There was 2 owned by either, I can't remember if it's a couple or a group of 2 friends. There's a pink one and an orange one.
I think there's a company up in Wales that has at least 2. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is this
There's-
pink one painted well?
I don't know. There's a pink one and an orange one.
Pink cars just... I've never seen one with good paint.
It's a slightly more purpley kind of candy.
So it's
yeah.
like peachy. Maybe.
No.
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 We're not getting into it. Anyway, I'm going to cut all of this out.
Please do.
All of this is being cut out. There are a couple in the UK, and they're really, really nice. And it's made. No, the Peugeot's leaving. It's
The
a
Porsche is leaving.
The Peugeot's leaving.
Yeah, I didn't know I owned a Porsche 207.
No, I can't get any B-roll on it.
I'll get
Oh,
something.
Henry's gonna get something.
Oh no, the flash is on.
Here we go.
Pergo, Pergola,
We need 4K. Get the 4K.
4K 60. It's no longer 4K 60 because you've zoomed in.
I'll be right. Tripod's off.
Nope. Oh yeah, he's off.
Tripod's getting footage as
Tripod's
well.
gone.
This is now just turned into a podcast.
Oh, it has.
That's fine.
What's wrong with that?
Not literally nothing.
So this means you're not editing anything that I've just said.
I will be editing. It will be a edited podcast.
Is he going?
I don't know if he's just warming up his engine or not.
I will say, I think I have seen this exact car chucked around Castle Coombe.
It's died.
Yeah, I think I've seen this exact car chucked around Castle Coombe, and for just what I'm assuming is a GTI Peugeot 206.
Oh, there he goes.
It goes. It goes. I mean,
Sounds nice. I love the mud flaps on the floor.
I fucking love a good dragging mud flap.
I
Mud
love
flap
when my
envy,
flaps
yeah.
touch the floor.
Fucking love it. Honestly, I wish
yes.
my flaps touched the floor.
They do.
Right. Anyway, back to RWBs.
Flaps.
Flaps. I think they're aesthetically really, really nice, and I would love one day if I'm ever having the money. But to find the car, and then I think it's the cost. Basically, you have to buy. You are
Flaps.
buying the body kit. You are then buying Nakai's time, Akira Nakai, who owns RWB. And you are also, from what I've heard, is you are like buying his like cigarettes and Stella Artois, because that's his favourite beer. This is the one that he made, and stuff like that, which is perfectly fair. But no, I would love a RWB one day. I know they are controversial, people hate them, but I absolutely love them. Yes, they don't have functional tow hooks, but
They look cool.
I'm gonna be really honest. If you're putting a tow hook on your, I don't know, Clio, probably isn't functional either.
And a fucking cable tie will bolt through the bumper. So if you've got one of those, you have no room to speak. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
I did
Just like
see
you
that at
wankers
Haynes.
with your AMGs.
Did you?
Saw that at Haynes the other month. Someone genuinely zip tied one of those tow straps to their front grille. It's like, that's not gonna go anywhere, mate. Your entire
quick
grill's
release
just
grill.
coming off.
I can understand. I can understand wanting it to look nice, as literally this whole point of the RWB is that they are meant to look nice. However, have some pride in the stuff that you do, and Nakai does. And yes,
You can't even see the Sikaflex.
I know the amount of people that like make fun of him and all of that, but I truly think he does really nice work. And people are like, oh, but he spray paints the wheels as well. I'm like, yeah, like Falcon does it, Toyo Tires does it. He just does it and puts fucking RWB on it.
Have you ever seen a fucking
Kangaroo
NASCAR?
racers do it.
Yeah.
You're talking about the tyres?
Yeah, literally, people are like, oh, he's just spray paints the tires. I'm like, yes,
Yeah, that's the whole point.
that's
That's
like
literally the
point.
idea.
Yeah. Anyway, that is me done on that one. Callum, do you have one more car?
I do have one more car.
There you go.
So this one, out of all three of them, is the obtain. Oh, there we go. This one, out of all of them, is the obtainable car out of all three of mine. Still not obtainable right now. I mean, I could if I wanted to go into shit tons of debt. But I'm going to support the local boys and go for an aerial nomad.
Ooh. Yeah.
I mean, I love an aerial atom, but I like the idea of going off-road. So what's better than aerial atom? Aerial nomad.
I know why.
There we go. K24.
Honda boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Honda boy.
Honda boy. Yeah.
Is it Nomad 1 or Nomad 2?
I think it's only Nomad 1. Nomad 2 is not out yet, and that's electric.
Was it?
Yeah, the Nomad 2 is going to be electric. Yeah.
That's not K24.
So, yeah, Nomad 1. I mean, I'll take an aerial atom as well, as long as it's one of the ones with the K20s, but I'll have a Nomad. I'll pick a Nomad. They're local boys to us. I say boys. They're local to us. They're just cool. Yeah. As one of my favourite YouTubers says, Johnny Carpervit, also known as Lake Break Show, they're just some sexy ladders. I mean, just take a roll cage and put wheels on it. That's pretty much all it is, and it just looks like shit tons of fun.
And it's road legal.
Road legal, and obviously coming from Somerset and an area that likes to flood a hell of a lot. I might have to invest in some decent wellies as well, but I'd love a Nomad for flood season.
Yeah. Fun fact about the Nomad, I got stuck in one once. I just couldn't get out. I was like,
Was
everything...
it like one of those jungle gym things?
Yeah,
Something
and
like
it
that.
was. I will try and find a picture. It's a horrible picture because I was like 3. I wasn't, but I'll try and find a picture because it was at college, and I got in and went, yeah, this is brilliant. And I tried to get out, and the seat, I didn't know how to fucking move the
Suction
seat.
cup,
Right.
So I got stuck in, and then I was trying to pull myself out, and I had to go out through the top.
I have a couple questions. So you're like 3, so
Yes.
you're tiny and you got stuck in a Nomad, and you're in college.
Yeah.
Your story I told, like the Nomad does.
I'll lay you into a little secret. Time is relative. And just like relatives,
No.
the state of Alabama.
Oh God. For fuck. Move on. What is it?
Pumpkin.
So yeah, aerial Nomad, K24, can't go wrong. Why not? Looks like shit tons of fun.
They do.
There we go.
On to the next.
My obtainable and attainable dream car. K11 Micra March box. Not Micra, it's a March. The March box, it's a Micra with a bigger boot. So that means
the
more rust.
estate one?
Yeah.
That's
Fantastic.
I didn't even know they existed until like the other day.
They're amazing. Or a March Cubic. That's a saloon Micra. It's fantastic.
So why didn't you just import one from Japan?
Because that's like $6,000.
Yeah.
So I know there's a March box in the UK. So I'm going to wait for him to get bored and then steal it.
Question. You've had God knows how many Micro K11s.
5.
How many? Why didn't you ever think of just keeping hold of one, cutting off the boot, and just welding it onto another one?
Well, I tried reversing into the Volvo, and that didn't fuse it into a March box. It just ruined my rear bumper. So
Yeah.
I tried that.
Okay.
So we're onto a March box. 1 litre, 1.3. I'm pretty sure they just mostly came in automatics because it's a city car. That's what you need in Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, I know.
Japan.
I was going to say Japanese cities and shit, but I just went, oh, Japan.
Rah, let's go
Rah, let's go to Japan and get a March box.
Rah, where's my backy?
Rah! Where's my March? I just think they're cool. It's just a Micra with a boot and some funky lights, really. And yeah, it's just cool. I think it's Kuku-chan K11 on Instagram. He's got a March box, and I have absolutely fallen in love with the way he's inset his spare full-sized alloy into the boot, so you see the face of it, and it just looks cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's sick. Yeah, attainable dream car, March box or a March Cubic. Try and find photos of them.
I found them.
They're just cool.
The other day.
Or if you want to go stupid rare, which you never ever find, 4x4 micro. Or go to
I know one.
yeah,
One.
4x4 micro. Like I think they only sold them in Taiwan, and even then they did like fuck all.
That's so surprising because Taiwan has such a heavy restriction on car modifications.
Yeah, and they just went 4x4.
As you
They
do.
also did, for a very limited time, the second facelift over in the European countries. They did them with the Renault 1.5 DCI lump in them. And I think that's just so stupid. Why the fuck would you make an unreliable car more unreliable?
Fun.
Rust and French.
For giggles.
Shits and gigs.
For shits
That's
and-
me done.
Give me the pumpkin. Give me the pumpkin. Right, I'm gonna talk.
Grip strength.
I'm gonna talk down here now. No, my obtainable car. So, I do have another car that I would love, and that is an Audi Quattro.
In pink.
However, I know for a fact it's exceptionally unlikely. Same with the E30 Sport Evolution. I will probably never own one. But it's the reason it's not on this list is because the one I'd like is the rally homologation one that is like one of the most sought after rally cars in history because, you know, Michel Monton and all of that are impeccable drivers and I love that car and would love to own any of the versions of the Audi Quattro, especially the 1988, I think it is, version is the one that I'd like.
They came in pink.
They didn't. This is going to be cut out. No, I was going to say something.
Cut out like Callum from his mum.
What's happened to it?
I don't know! I've been in Plymouth for 6 months and now I'm a prick.
How many
Right.
monsters has he had?
I haven't even had my second one.
No, he hasn't. Yeah. Now, onto my obtainable sort of car is, I hate you both, a
Love you too.
Nissan S13. Either known as a 180SX or a 200SX, depending on which country you're in. Fuck off. Now, the reason that this is obtainable, though that they are quite expensive, Sean, give me your S13, please. Sean, I know you're trying to get a Civic right now. I don't have the $8,000, but please, can I have your S13 anyway?
We'll give you a Civic.
I will give
one over
you.
there.
There's one over there. I'll give you that Civic for the S13.
It's got a rotary in it.
He wants a less soggy one.
That's fine.
Everyone likes something soggy.
I'll put the wet vac in there. I hate you both. Anyway, S13. I think they are a beautiful S chassis. I think I was about to say people sleep on the 180s, but they don't. They are so sought after by so many people. I really like them because I'm a fan of MR2s and I'm a fan of that kind of era of car where they looked nice and they looked sleek with the flippy lights and just all of that. There's so much stuff you can do with them. They are so... Obviously, I would never be able to buy a stock one. They are obnoxiously expensive and I wouldn't really want to do anything to it. But something where I can just make it my own, have it kind of as either a like training drift car or something similar, just as a fun kind of runabout car, because I've seen people that daily them. They are apparently fairly reliable if you are just on top of their maintenance. I just think they are really, really nice. Body kits, so many body kits for them. And yeah, that is kind of my obtainable.
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 Right, so give us the pump.
Pass
Well, you've already talked about your obtainable.
Just quickly want to say something.
No.
Or we can.
Mum and
The
Dad
conclusion,
fighting
the
again.
conclusion we come to is that me and Henry both have slightly expensive taste, but we know we can appreciate the last thing. We just know that Abby has an expensive taste. That's it. She's just greedy.
An S13 is...
Entitled.
Shut the fuck up.
Daddy's money.
But yes, I like them. They are nice.
Cool cars.
They're anywhere from... I've seen them for as low as 4 and as high as 28. And I'll take the 4. So.
I'm a simple man. Like, An S13, PS13.
PS13.
There's one in Plymouth.
Yeah.
It's just got Rocket Bunny kit, nice chromies, and that is good enough for me. I don't care if it's still shit slow.
Yeah.
It looks good. It sounds good. I'm a simple man.
Simple
Jack.
I prefer the flippy lights, but the PS13 is beautiful as well. Right. You had anything else to say there?
Yeah, thank you for tuning into the Two Ashes podcast. We're here at Refuel. There is currently a car meet going on behind us. A lot of the Ovlovs have actually ended up leaving, but there are some nice ones about. Thanks to Refuel for having us. By the way, if you come down, make sure you buy a biscoff blondie because they're fucking lush.
So nice.
They're lush. So just come down for the biscoff blondies. The cars are just a bonus added extra.
Something to say.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck off. Fuck's sake. But yes. Be sure to follow our Instagram at returntoashes.car on Instagram. There will probably be a TikTok out where we're just going to post stupid stuff. Be sure to subscribe and all that. This went on for so much longer than I was expecting it was going to. But I'm guessing this is how we throw off a podcast. What the fuck are we actually calling this? Because all podcasts aren't called their channel name podcast.
Way to ruin it, Henry. Way to ruin it.
So sorry for the sudden black screen and no audio. Henry had one of his moments. I don't know what to call this podcast.
Ashes to Return podcast.
Ashes to Return podcast. Nice.
To Ashes Return. Cast of Pod.
Pod Ashes. Two.
Pod
Pod
Ashes,
Ashes
cast
two.
of 2.
Refuel.
Refuel.
Right.
We'll figure out a name.
Bye.
Autism.
Bye.
Autism.
We all have autism.
Autism podcast.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Tripod, can you press the button,
Press the
please?
button.
Bye.
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 Bye.